I don't know if I told you guys this already, but I want to thank you for supporting the channel, watching the videos, subscribing, commenting. I enjoy communicating back and forth with you guys and having our discussions. And most of them are pretty positive. But like I said, we don't always have to agree on certain issues, but as long as we are respectful, I'm all good. Anyway, so let's talk about the semiconductors. Now, if you are living under a rock, then you might not be aware, or if you're not into technology as much as I am, hold on one second here. Let me just. If you're not into technologies, then you are not very aware of what's going on in the world, which is, there is a shortage of semiconductors, and that affects pretty much everything. Everything is being affected because of the shortage of semiconductors and the fact that what is it, supply of certain items are very short because of the semiconductors, and it's affecting industry. Pretty much every single industry is affected. The gaming industry is affected, the automotive industry is affected, the televisions, pretty much every tech company that's making any kind of product with electronics in it is affected because of the shortages in semiconductors. So we're going to be covering this article that says the U.S. Senate is preparing legislation on semiconductors, and they're finally going to try to invest on making semiconductors right here in the United States, which is something they should have done a long time ago. For some reason, like, it seems like any kind of policies that takes place, it has to be hit with severe, or something bad has to happen in order for any kind of legislation to be passed. Like, something drastic has to happen. And that just, and I'm not just talking about this one thing, it's just pretty much with everything. Something really bad has to happen before you react to it. Instead of just kind of like preparing ourselves for a better future, so then all these stuff can be prevented. Like, if they had taken the measure a long time ago and invested billions of dollars into making the semiconductors, we would not have these issues. Or the fact that yeah, we're making electric cars, but the infrastructure is still not there yet. You know what I mean? So imagine that if everybody decides to plug in their electric cars, well, what would happen to the grid? It would go down. You know what I mean? So kind of like something similar that happened in Texas like a few weeks ago when they had the blackout. And imagine if you had an electric car, your car would be pretty much useless because you can't plug it in. So like I said, the infrastructure is not there yet. Just like this issue, it could have been prevented. But anyway, let's go ahead and cover the article, and we will discuss maybe my thoughts, afterthoughts. Yeah. Okay, so here we are in Car Car Scoops. The U.S. Senate is writing a legislation on semiconductors as car manufacturers call on Biden administration for helping tackling the issue. Okay, why? Why are you looking for the answer for the government? If you guys literally, like, Tesla is one of the most profitable car manufacturer. You know what I mean? Like, that company is worth more than Ford, more than General Motors combined. Like, they're, I don't know, like, I looked at roughly how much they were worth. It's like $700 billion. That's a shit ton of money. They could figure out the crisis with themselves. They can make their own damn product. I don't know, man. Anyway, at the first week of the Alliance of Auto Innovation, industry group urged the government for help following a warning that the shortage could result in 1.28 million fewer vehicles being built in this country this year. In February, Biden's shortage and is seeking $37 billion in funding to boost local chip manufacturing. Speaking about the issue earlier this week, Biden confirmed the U.S. Senate legislation is on the way. We're working on that, he told Reuters. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer and I think Senate Republican leader Mitch McConnell are about to introduce a bill along with those lines. The Biden the Biden administration will hold a virtual summit on this issues on April 12th with many prominent auto industry executives in the US, including General Motors Chief Executive Mary Barrera and Ford Chief Executive Jim Farley. Earlier this week, Cameron Secretary Gina Raimondo, I don't know if I'm saying that last name correctly, I apologize, said the White House infrastructure to bolster America's semiconductor industry will allow it to compete with China. This is about out competing China, Raimondo told CNBC. If we act now, we will continue compete with China. There is time to do that, to rebuild, to build in semiconductors in particularly, but we have to get to the business of doing it. The Biden administration recently unveiled a $2 trillion investment package for various transportation sectors that includes $50 billion in investment in semiconductor manufacturing and research. So that's a lot of reading there. So I think that when they do finally decide to build it, like, who's gonna be in charge? Is the U.S. gonna be in charge of the semiconductors? Are they gonna be the freaking, I don't know, like, how is it gonna work? Are they gonna sell it to all the different manufacturers? Do they get to decide who gets the semiconductors and who don't? And are they gonna have a fair price? Because at the end of the day, me and you are paying the cost for this. It's coming out of our taxpayers' money, so it's coming out of my pocket. It's coming out of your pocket. Are we going to see our investment back to us? Probably not. Most of the time, anytime that a U.S. does something or like bail out big companies, most of the time they don't get that money back, or if they do, they only get like a fraction of it. Classic example, when General Motors was going out of when they were going through bankruptcy or whatever. In order for them to save themselves, they had to cut some trims or certain cars, like the freaking Pontiac and all that, but we never got our money back. At least we didn't get all of it. We got like a fraction of it. But did I see that money? Hell no, I didn't see a dime of that fucking money. And neither did you. You didn't see a dime of it. So we're only getting like a fraction of the money that we're supposed to be getting, especially from this stimulus packages that they've been giving us, which is nice, but we can use more. We still need help. There's still people that are struggling. But anyway, I feel like I'm getting off track here. Back to the semiconductors. Like I said, as long as they're competitive and kind of like fair about distributing the semiconductors throughout the industry, and everybody gets a fair share of getting their piece and making products, at the end of the day, we as consumers are going to be the one that are either having to pay more, depending on certain things. Right now, Ford is actually taking out features from their trucks because they don't have the necessary chipset in order to program certain things in their vehicles, which kind of sucks. So I don't know, man. Like right now, I wouldn't bother buying new cars because I don't know what's going to be missing in them. We have shortages for the PlayStation 5. We have shortages of the freaking Xbox Series X. And of course, don't even get me started on the graphics card. Those things are like fucking unicorn. You cannot find a 3080. And when it does pop up, literally like 30 seconds later, that shit is fucking gone. 30 seconds. It's gone. And the fact that manufacturers are being so fucking shitty as hell because they're selling directly to those people that are doing all the crypto mining shit. So hopefully crypto mining goes down so then gamers can rise up and buy those cards, just like it happened a few years ago. So anyway, let me know what your thoughts of this video is. Do you like it? Do you love it? You better like it and love it. If you hate it, it's all good. I just enjoy that you guys took the time to watch the videos, and I really appreciate it a lot. And if you haven't subscribed yet, think about it, because I have a shit ton of videos for you to watch, and we cover everything, and sometimes we even live stream here and there. So have yourself a pleasant morning or evening, wherever you are. Good day.